What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages?
Once again, we use the X intro.
That's right.
Whatever.
Hey,
I think we're the same show I wore last week's show, but I'm not sure at this point.
It just rolls good.
It does. You're absolutely correct. I will agree with that wholeheartedly.
And we are here, the Dads on Wrestling, Jeff Meacham, Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams.
Yes, sir.
Here one more time to discuss a topic that you, the viewers, have submitted. And we've actually done, our work and put together our list
Yes.
on our phones this time, not our handy-dandy laptops, because we were actually out and about, watching my daughter.
That's right.
When we decided to put these lists.
We're doing
together.
the parental thing for once, You know how we do. Let's see. I'm working on accessing JJ's page. There it is. On the comment board that he posted back on May 12th. CJ Mullins.
Yeah, this is May 20th that we're filming this.
That's right. So we're not that far behind. We're okay.
No, but when it goes up, it'll be like August something.
Yeah, it's true. It's okay. CJ Mullins asked us the top 10 or 20. We did 10 dream matches and what match types they would be.
See, so he did ask for stipulations for the matches.
And that's fine. However, I did not go into that big a detail on all 10 of my matches either.
I did.
I know you did. And I'm gonna go first because I know you want your list to trump mine. So I'm gonna go ahead and go first.
Okay. Let me go ahead and close my screensaver here. Put my phone on silent, which I didn't do before we started filming.
There you
Oopsie daisy.
Oopsie doodle. That's right.
All right, go ahead, sir. What are your top 10 dream matches and stipulations for the ones you gave them for?
Okay. Well, I'm going to go in the reverse order of what I put them down, because in my opinion, the ones I had trouble thinking about, when I had trouble
probably
getting
like
to,
10.
Like 10 or, whatever. It'd be a TNA dream match, because two of these guys aren't in TNA anymore. Kaz and Daniels versus the Wolves in a tag team turmoil match for the tag team titles.
Okay.
We never got to see this because they were horribly misusing Christopher and Frankie by the time the Wolves came along.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, okay, we're not going to see this now.
And Kaz and Daniels were long gone from Gorilla by the time that Eddie made his debut.
And for Ring of Honor, yeah. So, Yeah,
so they worked Davey, but they never got to work Eddie.
Yeah, that's right. We actually had Frankie and Chris and Davey, as I recall, in Maryland, too, if I remember. I knew we had Chris and Davey for sure. I'm not sure about Frankie, though. I don't remember. It's that long ago. Almost 10 years now. Anyway.
Jeff Meacham, who's old as fuck then.
That's right.
Even though he's the baby.
The group, that's right. Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe.
Okay.
Guerrilla Warfare match.
Ooh, you went Gorilla.
I did. Okay. Which means pretty much anything goes. Just let these two go at it, have at it, and just work each other. AJ Styles versus CM Punk, Ring of Honor Pure Division Rules match.
Okay.
No shenanigans, no, eye gouges, or no, any of that heel stuff. A pure Code of Honor style match between Punk and AJ. No real stip here. I just want to see this match on a big stage. Chris Hero versus Claudio Castagnoli. Both these guys deserve a showcase of a match against each other on the national stage, the global stage even. They kind of touched on the Gorilla briefly before they put them together against the Dynasty, as I recall. But, yeah, we never really saw anything beyond that. So put these guys on a global WWE-style stage and let them have at it. Rest in Peace match. No count out, no disqualification. The Undertaker versus Sting. Let these two guys have the match we all want to see. Anything goes. No restrictions on either one of them because, let's face it, they're both a little bit older. Let's just go ahead and let them loose.
Well, when we talk about dream matches, are we talking about them modern day or are we talking about them in their prime?
This is also true. Okay, in their prime, but even still.
Because that's kind of what I was going off of, is that these matches would have been in their primes.
Well, definitely, because
if they were still alive, actively competing or whatever.
Prime, true, because some of these guys aren't in their prime anymore by any means, so it wouldn't happen. So, okay, I'll grant that. In their prime, those two guys. Ladder match. The Rock versus Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
Two guys who made their singles stardom name in a ladder match at first and really soared from there to the WWE Championship.
Okay.
No real stip here again, just a dream match. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Hulk Hogan. Again, both those guys in their prime. Did Hogan really have a prime? Not really. But, you know, he was...
He did. The birth of Hulkamania through, I'd say...
Like Andre.
I'd even go a little bit further.
Maybe Savage.
About to when he took the belt off of Slaughter
Okay.
was his prime.
Okay.
You could maybe argue me that taking the belt off of Slaughter wasn't when he was already past his prime,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't long before that he passed his prime.
All right, fair enough.
Maybe Warrior. Birth of Hulkamania through 6 jobbing to Warrior.
Okay, there you go. The end of
That's
the prime
his
with the
prime.
end of the match. Right, okay. All right. Now, these three you can put in any order on the card. They can all be the main event. The Horsemen. Flair, Barry, Tully and Arn, and JJ. Against a 5-man team that may or may not work, but I think with all the camaraderie and the brotherhood together, it might just work. Cody Rhodes, Goldust, and the non-Flair members of Evolution. 5-on-5.
Okay.
Again, I was going to put Evolution versus the Horsemen. That means Flair twice.
Yeah.
If I take Flair out of Evolution, put it with the Horsemen, it's 4-on-3, and it's not right. Who do I put with Evolution? Well, I could put Roman Reigns. I already had him. I could put another guy from the Shield, but they're feuding with Evolution. So
Sheamus, hasn't he kind of
he's
been
been
at
talked about for Evolution, and Sheamus was my alternate if I went that route, 4-on-4. But I wanted a 5-on-5 anyway.
Mhm.
So Horsemen and JJ versus Evolution and the Brotherhood.
Okay.
Kurt Angle versus Bret Hart. Submission match. The Master of the Sharpshooter versus the Master of the Ankle Lock. Great offensive moves on the other side besides submission also to wear the guy down before the submission. And my main event personally is an Iron Man match between Chris Benoit and not Daniel Bryan, damn it, Bryan the American fucking Dragon Danielson.
Okay.
That's my dream match. That's my dream main event. That's my card.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. We have one match that's pretty much identical.
Okay. Okay.
A lot of similar competitors,
Yeah.
but one match that's virtually identical.
Okay.
Alright. Number 10. Something I kind of discussed and touched on a Hardy conversation way back in the days. That I still think that in their primes, as badass as they were, probably pull this out, even though I'm going to get hater comments right here in the comment box for this.
Right here in the comment box.
Lita versus Victoria versus Trish versus Natalya versus Beth Phoenix versus AJ Lee, Divas title elimination chamber.
Ooh, look at you with the big balls first match out of the gate.
Think about it though, those 6 women could carry a chamber and make it interesting.
Yes.
And make it spot filled, you know. Lita saw it off of the top of a chamber pod. Widow's Peak, you know, off of the top rope or something onto the grate on the outside.
Chain, yeah.
You know, just think about that.
All right.
Number 9. And you're going to notice a theme here. Like a lot of these matches are cage heavy. Just because
Okay.
what better way to have a dream match and to top off a feud than some variation of the cage match?
Okay.
Number 9, the Brothers of Destruction versus the Skyscrapers, the original Skyscrapers,
Sid and Spivey.
Hell in a Cell.
Oh, Lord. That'd be interesting. Back when they were in their prime, the skyscrapers were interesting. So, you know, yeah. All right.
Number 8, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Eddie Guerrero and his mullet
Naturally.
versus Yoshihiro Tajiri versus Little Guido Maritato versus Gregory Helms versus Jamie Noble Cruiserweight Invitational. You know, like they tried to do at WrestleMania 20, but really fucked up.
Right.
And you've got arguably two of the best cruiserweights from TNA, WCW, ECW, and WWE.
There you go. Okay.
Granted, Joe isn't cruiserweight weight, but X Division was about no limits, not weight limits.
Right.
Which is how he fit in there.
But he also would kill the other 7 of those guys very easily.
Unless they all gain up on him.
True.
You know, if he's number 1 and has to go through all of them, he could be primed for the picking by the time the last guy gets him.
True.
Number 7, the Rockers versus the Hardys versus Bad Influence versus the Thrill Seekers TLC match.
Ooh. 8-man TLC. There you go.
And when you think about what Shawn Michaels, the Hardy Boys, Chris Jericho have all done with ladders.
Absolutely.
Number 6, Andre the Giant versus the Great Khali Body Slam Challenge.
I know.
And before you ask me why not the Big Show, he's coming later.
Oh,
That's why I couldn't use him.
yeah.
Didn't want to double
We're
book.
trying not to book the same guy twice.
Yeah, try not to double book.
Right.
Number 5, Raven versus Jake the Snake, Clockwork Orange House of Fun match.
Oh my god. If you haven't seen one of those, YouTube that shit. Because, yeah. Jake in his prime, though. Keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Lordy. Jake now, no. I mean,
No,
Raven now, no.
No.
Yeah, no.
I'm talking Raven like
95, 96.
95 through 98.
Versus Jake from like 87 through 88. Before he did, no, even before 87, before he took the honky tonk shot.
Number 4, Four Corners flag match. Swagger versus Sheik versus Volkov versus Davey Boy.
The Iron Sheik, right? Okay.
Iron Sheik.
Sheik, Nikolai, Swagger, and Davey Boy.
Four corner flag match.
There you go.
And this one really intrigues me because all 4 of them are best known for their heel runs.
Yes. Except Davey. Davey more so for babyface at the end of the day.
Number 3, War Games.
See, War Games. There you go. You got War Games in there.
The New World Order, the original New World Order, Hogan, Nash, Hall, Giant, and Six,
So 5. So those 5. Okay.
versus the Hall of Fame Horsemen, Flair, Arn, Tully, Wyndham, and Dillon.
Wow. So you got the Horsemen in there, like I do.
The
just
Horsemen in their prime versus the original NWO
minus
before it got
NWO.
watered down and saturated.
See, I thought about doing that. I was going to put the NWO against the Horsemen. I was like, I'd rather see Evolution against them. But who do I put with Evolution? And it became shitty. It became. See, I like yours better, damn it. I wouldn't even want me to steal it.
Number 2,
So there's the Big Show.
and I'm totally going to jack your stipulation because I totally brain farted on Guerrilla Warfare, so I'm going to put that as a stipulation as opposed to what I have here. The American Dragon Bryan Danielson versus Owen Hart, Guerrilla Warfare.
But they had no beef.
Of course they didn't, but they're 2 fucking amazing wrestlers.
Oh, I got Guerrilla Warfare, though. That's gangster right
Think
there.
about it, dude. Think about Bryan Danielson gimmick, and think about Owen Hart in his prime gimmick. They would not like each other.
That's true.
They would have that blood feud.
They would. You're right.
And number 1, Kurt Angle versus Bret Hart. Submission match with 60-minute Iron Man submissions only.
The 6-minute ultimate submission challenge. Kind of like Angle Benoit for 30 minutes at Backlash, Owen, Judgment Day, one of those 2. Very well done, sir. You know, you've always been a good fantasy booker. You know, if only you could apply that. If only we could apply that to the indies we worked for and get some cred for it.
Yeah, you know, if only Vince would be willing to give me a job, you know.
Yeah.
Get this company out of the heap it's in so he's not losing millions of dollars.
Literally almost $500 million, $1 billion. Lordy. All right. Well, that's our fantasy warfare, if you will, our fantasy card. What do you guys think? Thank you to CJ Mullins for sending this in on JJ's submission board. We, as of today, we put out a tweeter for new topics. We've got some responses so far.
So we'll probably be filling tomorrow a couple more.
That's right. We're gonna be filming all week. We're here all week, kids. But that's it for the dads this time. I am Jeff Meacham.
I am JJ Williams.
We will see you next time.